Oneness means nothing in the world, the multiple faces anymore. You are the truth now. What you are inside, you are outside. That is all the witnessing. Your epics, spiritual epics are nothing but to just give you the aroma to come back to the oneness as these people came. I always say Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak, Sai Baba, Ram Paramahansa, Meera, Sahadev, Lalla, Sukrat, Laos and many more. They had done nothing. They had come from their multiple faces, the dual to the one. The saints who have attained the state of godliness, when asked, could not say anything to describe the glories of the absolute one Nirakar. When the street of God's journey is so narrow that only one can remain, then why you talk about the duality of big I and the small I on the path of non-duality? Why the ego still be there? Kindly explain what the state of oneness. State of oneness is nothing but going back to your home. Back to your home is oneness. Back to your home. We all you see in the world, all the living creatures having the body and the current, the conscious insight. The whole world, all the living creatures and even the non-living creatures, those who are in solids, all have the different faces, all have the current insight, the common. Current in all, what we say, the world, the conscious, the soul, that is common to all the creation in the universe. And that the conscious, the current, the soul is invisible. And that current, what is in human body, what is in the animal or the bird or the insect or even the trees and the rocks. In all creations, the current is same flowing. Like the current comes from the powerhouse to your house, and in the house you have television, fridge, air conditioner, you have your fans, lights, geyser, and all. The current is the same. Not the different is going to the 100-watt bulb and different is going to the 500-watt air conditioner. It is not that current is different, but only consumption power of the instrument is different. So that the consumption of your body is in the same way the current is flowing through your body. So when we say the human being is utilizing the maximum current in this universe, in all the creations made by the God. So he is kept as the top, as the boss of all the creations. Boss of all the creation. If man a human being, a man or a woman have 100% current in the body, the most precious, the most valuable, the most powerful instrument made by the God. Animals had 80% of the power consumption, just near to the human being. Near to the human being. And 60% power is there in the birds. 40% power is in the insects. 20% power is in the trees. And that is divided with the 5 elements. The power is the combination of these 5 elements. And it is distributed in the different, all these bodies. So one is more in one, others are less. So this is a combination. Like you put different spices in your food. You put more salt, less chili, less turmeric. Like that is the creation. So when you come to the human form, after the animal, your life in animal, after the animal body, when you come to the human being, you see that you have a mark. You have a mark. That mark of a tail indicates that you had come from the animal. You were animal before this human being. Because birds are not having tail, insects are not having tail. It proves, not only by your mind I am talking about, it is proved even by the science. Those who don't believe the God is there, even they see whatever is the witness, will say that yes, it is okay. So whatever is written in all the old scriptures of the world, what we say the Granth, it is already said before thousands of years by all those saints, that in all that life and the non-living is a current. And now you see the scientists had proved it. They had said it. Earlier they were saying that no, there is a solid, there is a liquid, but now they say no, there is only current from which everything had made. Without the current, nothing is there. So solid is just the outside layer of the current. When current flows from anywhere, makes the body. So that current comes from the father in the mother womb, and current in the mother is just developing the body of the human being. So outside that current, the body is forming. So energy, the current is the main. Body, what is coming outside is like a web. Like a web, which is destroyed, never remains permanent. So the body is like a web, which will be destroyed one day. And this web is made by you. The web, the outside body, which is made by the God, because the one who is the creator, we say in the world God. We have given the word God. You say whatever name you would like to have. Names are given by us just to make a distinguishment between the whole world and the one who has attained that state of oneness. State of oneness. That is oneness. Current is oneness. Energy is oneness. In all the human beings, or in the animals, or in the birds, or in the insects, or in the trees, the one is very common. That is called the current. So current is oneness. We all belong to one. When we say the powerhouse is having the complete current, current of all the world get together is the one, the supreme power, the powerhouse. The two powerhouse, we say the God. Like the powerhouse which is coming, giving the current to your house, you can say that the super powerhouse. You tell him, you tell that it is powerhouse, from where current coming to your home. You never say that you have powerhouse in your home. You are just unit of that powerhouse. our house giving power to many houses in the colony, in the flats, many in the colony. Likewise, you have to understand. To make you understand, it's required. So one who had come from the current, you do not know, you do not know you were a drop. You do not know your energy inside. Only one drop of the Father you are. And Father also not knowing from where he had brought the drop. But that drop is making everybody happy. And when the drop is continuously developed by the current in the mother body, because current is gone, mother is dead. No birth. Current is common, the body is different. So all outside the bodies, the current is making a circumference which is called body. Current remains. Your instrument is going. Use a tube light is fused, fans are fused. I have to change this. Your bodies are going. You were in the animal, current was the same. You were the bird, current was the same. You were the ant, you were the same. You were the tree, same. So Darwin had proved, Jagdish Chandra Basu had proved, from the plants to the trees your journey. So you are nothing but the development in the body outside. If you stay, the body of a tree, the insect, the bird, the animal. Now, when we say the Maya and the God, what is Maya? What is Maya? Maya is nothing but the temporarily made body outside the current. You can say the dirt which comes in your house, which you clean after some times. This is nothing but that dust particles getting together. That's why all the bodies are made of the dust. Goes to the dust. So that current passing through the body to the current passing through, going into the body in the earth. The seed is going in the earth of the mother, and the current passing through that, as in the laboratory when we were making that hydrogen 2 again and oxygen and passing the current, it becomes a water. You cannot take oxygen directly and make your thirst quench. You cannot take the hydrogen directly and you can say, I am satisfied now, I don't need water. Water is the game which makes two together. So likewise, the current of the Father goes into that seed, you can say, we say the current actually. Because without the current, movements are not there between that husband and the wife, or the boy or the girl, or whatever you say. Why I am saying this? Because the husbands, wives are losing that all recognition in your world, developed world. They don't want that husband and wife. They are going in relation, producing the child without any getting all that bogus witnessing by the outside people. So this all is the game going on. You have to understand the game. This is called Leela. Ram Leela, Krishna Leela, Guru Nanak Leela. What is Leela? Leela means the play. For play you make the bat, but bat is getting away sometimes, damaging ball, wickets to play. You have the football for the play. Likewise, this body is to play. And this body will be destroyed one day. Now that you have to understand, the current inside is common. Same common inside the mother, inside the father, inside the son, inside the daughter. One thing is very common round the world is the current. So that current, now we say energy, we say the soul, conscious, whatever word you want, give the new word. To make you understand, words are required. Other words are not required. If you understand, come to the point. Oneness. If you come to the oneness, no talking about anything that multiple or duality or anything. You cannot understand because you are away from your oneness. You are not only in duality, you are in the multiple. You had your multiple faces. You take yourself something as a mother, you take something sometime like a wife, husband, you sometimes take you as a somewhere intelligent, boss. You take sometime as a very good citizen, American, Indian, Japanese, because you have the multiple faces. Duality is a last stage. Because you have to go to the oneness. You started your journey by breaking from the oneness. Father was in oneness inside. He break from inside, set his current going inside and put in the earth of the mother. And there, with the current of the mother, that in the dust, chemical reaction is going on. With the air, the fire inside the stomach, Jat Agni, what we say. And with that all blood inside watering, all that gardener sitting inside, the current is the gardener. It is not the mother. Mother is taking what the gardener is saying to take. And gardener is there. To whom we say the God, the current. It is the current who immediately, the moment you went into the stomach, in the earth, started creating the milk to get food to that one who will go out. Only that current. You, if you see, you are just that main. You cannot see the drop, because what you see, the current, the energy of the father, that energy of the father or the mother you can see, but in fact which is going inside to make you cannot see by your eyes. Because it is said that the current, the energy which is flowing, water that is flowing in the contacts, in the relationship, is having the lakhs of children at a time. Only 1 or 2 strikes inside the uterus. They are running after to get inside. They are running after to get inside the uterus. Fast Olympic game is going on. All are dying on the way. Some 1 or 2 if enters, we say, no, it is pregnancy had come. Happy. Otherwise, lakhs of children. One can become the father or the mother of lakhs of children altogether. Then you see, how will you survive with lakhs of children? Earlier you see, people used to just with the eyes only were producing that much. So, you have to understand you are just a dot which cannot be seen even by the super microscope. So that current which we say soul, that who you are, that the point, the dot, that is said in the all Upanishad, the epic, 1/10 lakh, 10 lakh part of 1 hair. 1 hair if I make into 10 lakh part, that is the dot. Can you see it? Can any microscope see it? Is making your body to move. And that too, that is 100% powerful. And when animals are producing the same, the female and the male animal, that also is so dot, 80% power. More smaller than 60% for the birds, 40% for the insects, so drop, so minimum. And that power, the current, in that current, the energy you are in the body, but the current in the tree, current in the human being, current in the power station is the same. It is only the instrument which is grasping. Now the one had gone into 2 and 2 had gone into many. What we say, the one God breaks into 2 parts. We say it is that Shiv, Parvati, Brahma, Saraswati, Vishnu, Lakshmi. Broken. Then they had broken into other pieces. We all are the coming from the one, through those all, the whole world belongs to one family. And one family belongs to one, the God. We say him the God, Bhagwan, Allah, Sahib, whatever name you say to that. Names are given by you. You write any name. Words are not important. Words are just to make you understand. When you understand words, throw the words. Once you understand where you stand today, you had come from the oneness, the first, the current, the drop inside you. You are pure, pure, you are made by the gardener, the God by the current. You have to reach, you have to go back to the current state. That is your permanent home, not this. Many times you clear the dust and dirt from your home, next day it comes again. So the moment you clear your movement is of body, the means when you have love with the current inside. When you make love with the current inside, automatically like you are removing your clothes from the body become naked. Likewise, you will be removing this body from that current and you will become naked. So naked, soul naked, conscious naked current is your permanent, that driver you can say, pilot to take back you to home. And that white dot will take you to the God home, your powerhouse. Light, current goes from your home. Suppose supply had gone. Where current had gone? Why supply had gone? Where current is? Current is there in the power station. Current is there in the power station. For waiting some time. Something is gone wrong. So the moment you touch your current, you are back to the powerhouse. Body is off, you are back to the powerhouse. But the moment you take yourself as in this cover, you are attached or addicted to this cover, this instrument, with the dying instrument, with that circumference made by the current, that web made by the current, then what happened? With that, you remain in the body for 84 lakh births again. That is what is the game you have to understand. It's a game made by the powerhouse, by the superpower, the God, whatever you say. From the one to two, two to many, and now where you stand, you see. Duality comes when you go to the two, means where only one comes in front of you and whole world is dead for you. When whole world is dead for you, it is a duality. And when you are dead, it is oneness. You have to die. But you are having multiple faces. Because the moment you are beyond, because how you become multiple? It is your lust make you multiple. It is your anger made you multiple. It is your greed. It is your attachment. It is your ego. When these five comes inside, the current is inside. The God we say, the inside, the carrier to the God home. It is inside. When we take these five dust inside, again that we are living with these five only. So these five are nothing but your multifaces. Multifaces. That's why you see who is talking so good, beautifully. He's not okay. She's not. He's so lusty. You know? She's very lusty. He's very lusty, man. Oh. One who is, remember it, one who is talking about me, he's lusty. One cannot get all these talks about anybody doing anything, saying anything wrong to others even. Saying wrong to others, you definitely think he is the criminal, she is the criminal. She or he had the lust inside. But hiding it, showing himself or herself as Rama. And somebody is having so anger inside and outside shows so peaceful. You have seen multifaces. Multifaces mean he is very angry at home, so much shouting, outside he shows like a very peaceful man. She lusty so much, outside shows, oh, she is a very gentle lady. Outside she shows that very much attached, detached. Inside she is not. Outside shows as detached, but inside is attached. You see? Different. We are not the same face. Outside we say anything to someone, but inside we are keeping him inside. Even enemy we are keeping him inside, not only the friends. So having any attachment to anything going inside. So these all are the multifaces. Once you are in multifaces, then how will you come to dual? Because journey is same. journey, if I have come from my home to the office, by the roads I have gone, I have to come back to my home. I have to clear all the roads coming to my home. If on the way there are two ways to come to my home, still I have to cover that distance. Maybe short or less, more. The way I had gone from my home, I had to come back to my home by the road. So the moment you had come from the oneness, you had to go back to oneness. So you have to go from your multi-phases to the dual phases, then dual phases to the oneness. This is the way out. You cannot say that I will jump into my home directly from the office inside to the direct home inside. Can you go? No. Even you go by other road or by any mean, but you have to go in your building, your flat, you have to open the door, go inside. So unless you travel, you return. That is different. That sometimes you are coming to your home by some short route, you have the tunnel, you have the subway, you have many things. Sometimes ceiling. So you are coming straight immediately. But distance is shortened. It is you who can use the tunnel, the ceiling or some other way. But you have to come back to your home to ring your bell or to open the door with your key. So the main thing is that to have the interest to get yourself back from this multi-faces character to the oneness character, the God, the current inside which is common. You see, if a tree, an insect, and bird, animal, and a human being, all the five are weight, what is their weight, and just kill them, all the five. Take the weight remains the same. What does it mean? So the current is common. So you have to reach to the one which is coming from the powerhouse. Current in the powerhouse, current in the home, see, it's the same. So likewise the energy in you, energy in all in the world, and the Supreme is the same. To whom we say the God to all who? We say Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak Dev, Sai Baba, Ram Paramahansa, Mirabai, Sahajabai, Lallabai, Socrates, Lao Tse, all these people, we say them as the God, devotee, whatever. Words are words. Why they are God? What they have done in their life? Just go through their life history, you will come to know they have done nothing. Just from the multiple phases to the dual phases, then to the oneness. What is the dual? Dual is the one where you are in dissolving your I also at last to be oneness. You yourself cannot go inside from these multiple phases. Teacher is required to get you. You have never gone for anything without a teacher. You need a guide from the beginning, from your birth. Parents were your teacher in the beginning to tell you. Then in the schools, in the colleges, everywhere you have got the knowledge from others, learned from others. So when you have expanded yourself from the birth, so many teachers in your life, your car coaching, who got from the teacher, computer learning from the teacher, school education from the teacher, parent, religious activities from the teacher. Now, you have expanded so much to the multiple phases from the first when you are born. How you will go back? Will they all take you back? Because they are already in the expanded form. Parents are in the circumference, all are in the extreme circumferences. Your school gurus, your coaching teacher of car, coaching teacher of computer, they all are in the circumference outside in the world. They don't want to go back to the oneness because they don't have the knowledge of it. They only want the expansion. You see, those who are even 60, 70-year-old, you see all the rich people in the world, all on the top chairs of the world, all are old people only. Maximum are sitting as the old people. See, those old people are still crazy. What is that said in the old epics, old scriptures, the Upanishads, that you have to come back after 50 years at that time when the life expectancy was more than 100 years even. All were dying not before 100. That time they said that divided the complete life story into 4 parts. From 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. What was that? It was that from 0 to 25 is your body formation, your senses formation, combination of that, and getting to the point of 25, all the knowledge how to run in the outside world with the inside knowledge of oneness. That's what they were going to the Gurukul, to the teacher who was telling them all about their this instrument life, how to go ahead in the outer world. And they used to say from 25 to 50 years, first as the Brahmacharya, they said. Brahmacharya means when Brahmacharya, Brahm routine was taught by the teacher. What is Brahm routine? Till the death is the Brahm routine. Brahmacharya means Charya, routine of Brahm. Routine of Brahm. Even Rama, Krishna, all they came. Did not went into that Grihastha Ashram. All went into Grihastha Ashram. Brahmacharya means from the first, where body formation, knowledge, to be like what Brahm is saying, what the God who has created you, what that current which had made you inside, wants you the rules and regulations of this instrument. So that teacher in the beginning, what he said, Gurukul in the previous era, what you say Satyuga, Treta, Dwapar Yuga, it was taught in the beginning as we are sending our children to the English convent school, they were sending to the Gurukul at the age of 7. Generally at the age of 7. Because by 7 years, the physical body formation is over. The parts of the body where stands at the age of 7 will be expanded. That's all. Means all that inside is okay, physical. So generally one who stack himself at the age of 7, it just expansion will be made. Whatever is inside will remain. That's why generally the doctor says that operation will do afterwards. Because up to 7, anything can take its form. That's why. So after 7, senses come inside you. Sense of your anger, ego, attachment, greed and lust. So by 14, it is over. The teacher is telling you all the knowledge of senses from 7. Instrument is made, developed to the physical formation. Now senses come. Now teacher is saying, now you have anger. You know what is this anger? What is the use of it? Why this? How to use this tool of anger? When there is this attachment coming, you know the tool of attachment, what is to use, how to use it outside, not to keep inside. When lust comes at, you know what is happening in the body, you know. So this is why what? To make this tree, the seed further to expand, not to just involve everywhere. There is some limitations because you have to just develop. You have to just take care of what fruit is coming from you. And then develop them, do your duty, and at 50, just close down. Start preparing yourself after 40, closing the door of that all relationship what had come in this world. Come back to me, Gurukul, at 51, Vanaprastha. Brahmacharya, Grihastha. Grihastha means expansion in the nature as the Maya. Maya is the beauty because expansion is the Maya. And if there is no one in the world, what the Maya beauty? Who will praise the beauty that is God made? So to make that, the Grihastha was there. From there, 51 to 75, Vanaprastha means come to the one. Because they all gurus were living generally in the jungles, ashrams. So come back there. And now we'll make you zero. Zero as you were at the birth age. So whatever inside becomes 0, 75 to 100, wait. Anytime light will go off. Get inside back to your God home. That was the story. Oneness. From oneness to two with the Guru, the moment senses start coming, two, dual. From dual, now going to the multiple faces. But already informed. Inside I and you remains. You have to come to me again. Then after that, they are coming to the Guru again, becoming again dual. But inside sometimes multiple faces are there, shadows are there. So this dual, the Guru is removing those all. And in that period when oneness comes, master and the disciple becomes one inside, outside two. Now one is staying inside with the God. waiting for the call to come. Until that, he is spreading the same message, becoming the teacher for others, giving the Gyan. This was the chain. Now the chain is broken. That's why he said the Kali Yuga. That here everybody wants to be master only. Even in the return journey, because he had gone through so many teachers for the expansion of his this oneness, but while returning, he wants to come back alone because ego is the big word inside. Nobody wants the command because with the ego not having the knowledge at the very beginning, at the age of 7, as was in Dwapar, Treta and Satyuga, no knowledge, the one is getting dissolved into his own ego, attachment, lust and greed. Everything remains with the one even at the age in the ashram of Vanaprastha after 50, even after 75. All the old people you see still are completely full of desires. No desire left for my grandson, my grandchildren, my this, my that, this, that. And they die in the same state. They do not know anything about the current, the energy. And they are being deceived by the all false teachers, thinking that they will take them to the God. So they are making all the outside pray, outside kirtan, outside puja and everything outside. And with the outside, they are again hoping for something of the Maya world. Maya world. They do not know if you have the lust, anger, ego, attachment and greed. Greed for my grandson to become the officer. My granddaughter should get married. You see, all those old parents have become the servant of their children now. Earlier they were servant of their children, now they have become the servant of their children. They want to die. Taking, now they both are going to job and they are doing the duty of Aya and Chotu. You see, the grandfather becoming the Chotu. Go to take the milk, bring the vegetables, do this, do that. And grandmother just making the next, because this is what to do otherwise. We have to die in the body only. What? Vanaprastha. They do not have Vanaprastha mean no more the father, no more the mother, no more the husband, no more the wife. Remove all the tax. Remove all the tax. And that tax sometimes was difficult. That's why after 50 it was said, goodbye to the outside world. My work is over. Like retired, what you say. Retirement means going out of the duty. One who gets retired, he is not sitting on the same chair for the work. So, retired from this outside Mayavi materialistic world. And whatever left inside, the kuda, the dust, will be again cleaned by the guru, the master, when you go to the duality. Now you are going from multiple faces of duality, multiple inside, dual and outside. This dual, he will just absorb your all inside multiple faces you have gathered inside. He will take everything from you inside to him because he is a soaker. He will take everything from you. You're all that vikar, what you say. This is vikar. Because the true master food is nothing but your vikar. Remember it. He never takes, she never takes, whoever the true master, anything of your outside world. He is or she is beyond anything of the outside world. Let it be anything, wealth or any big chair or attractions, beyond lust, anger, greed, ego and attachment. If at all he comes to you for anything to test you where you stand, to test you where you stand, then are you attached to the wealth? Are you attached to the lust? Are you attached to ego? Just to test you where you stand. When you say you are thirsty of the God, to test you where you stand, so that he will take you from that point to the further extension journey. Sometimes you feel like that the master is a lusty, angry, greedy, egoist, attaching. And then your journey again get back. That is a point. Because sometimes when you say about that you are so much thirsty, hungry, he makes your exam immediately. Immediately he will take the exam. And he will see what is going inside you. If you prove yourself like a very good, and because it is very easy to criticize anyone. It is very easy to criticize anyone. And criticism of anyone means you want to prove yourself right. And everybody in the world wants to be right. And that is what means if you want to prove yourself right, you are the guru, you are the master. So that with that master, if you are the master, two masters cannot run together. To learn anything, you have to keep quiet, not only outside, inside also. If any questions come inside or anything, if you know he's the teacher, make me all right. Like when you went to the classes of your science, mathematics, English, there you were not struggling with the master. Whatever he says, you know he is right, I am wrong, please make me right where I am wrong. Likewise, in the spiritual journey, when you go back to the spirituality is religion means expansion of your physical body to these multiple phases. Spirituality means returning from your expanded body to the oneness. So when you meet the spiritual master, not the religious master, spiritual master is one who has gone from the multiple phases to the oneness. How it proves? One who is away, who is not in the all outside world, he is among everybody, but he is beyond everything. Beyond. To test him up, you should make it that I have to check his lust, I have to check his anger, greed, ego and attachment, all. But if you are crazy, he will take an exam of everything of you. If you say, I am thirsty, hungry, he will check. He will go to the level where you will check where you stand so that he will take you from there to the other future final point. That is what you have to go back to that point of oneness. You need from multiple phases to kill your multiple phases. Some axe is required to cut your necks of that multiple phases. Your mother, he will cut your neck of mother. Your father, he will cut your neck of father. Your husband, he will cut your neck of husband. The wife, he will cut everything. He will make you again. You are not the father, you are not the mother or wife or husband or king or queen, peon or PM, whatever you are. That what you have gained, you have expended, you think you have done it, which is also a wrong theory in you. That is all you are predestined, what you desired and make the karma in your previous birth, you are getting. You are not getting with your mind or hard work. You do not know hard work is done by the labor more than you, who is working in the building. You see, they keep the child with the chest and going upstairs with the bricks in the head. You cannot move. Don't say you are working more, sitting in the air-conditioned office. What is that? It is the destiny. Destiny. There are people not knowing even how to sign, are billionaire. Born in the family of the richest people, born in the family of the ministry people. This is what? This is predestined, not the system of brain. Brain is not where everybody have the same brain. Ask the doctor, ask the neurologist, what is the difference in the brain? All have the same brain. Then why this reason that one becomes a collector, commissioner and one is PN? Why? One becomes a general, one is Sipai. One becomes a colonel. Why? Why? Why some children are born handicapped? Why some children are born with different diseases? Why? What they have done? This is nothing like all your predestined karmas when you are nice human birth. So what you are doing today is just you are bowing in the field, will be cut in the next human birth. And you want to get out of this farmhouse, out of this farming, just get connected to your current inside where you came, the oneness. Oneness. So oneness means duality is over. Duality means third will come. When duality is there, third will come. When husband and wife meets together, a man and a woman, third comes. So if you want to just disconnect with your all multi-phases, you have to go back to the two, to duality, and from that to the oneness. Then you have to search the master who will take you, return to the God home, return to the oneness state. Oneness means nothing in the world, the multiple phases anymore. You are the truth now. What you are inside, you are outside. That is all the witnessing. Your epics, spiritual epics are nothing but to just give you the aroma to come back to the oneness as these people came. I always say Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak, Sai Baba, Ram Paramahansa, Meera, Sahaja, Lalla, Socrates, Lao Tse and many more. They had done nothing. They had come from their multiple faces to the dual to the one, and all had that dual face, the master, the true master. Why I am saying true master? They had been the God. But you want that if there is no duality, then why should the capital I and small I? Small I is the multiple faces. Capital I is the oneness. As you are, because you cannot understand the language of Nirakar. You do not know. Nothing you can get in the world for these silly things without a teacher. How can you go back in that same extreme, the dot you are? How can you go without the knowledge of returning? You have gone so far away from your dot, from one dot of your father to now where you are. That dot, the 10 lakh part of the hair, and see your body today, and you are thinking you are something. You are nothing. The moment you are nothing, you are lost. You are in oneness state. So how to be nothing? Someone required to make you nothing, no? Someone requires. That, the duality, that's why all your worldly relationships are multiple faces. There is a one relationship. Because word I have to use, it is not the relationship. But the word I have to say what? There is no other word just to make you understand. The word, the one relationship which is not from this outside world comes from the God home, from the oneness. That the one comes to you in the form of a true master. Tells you how to come back. And if you obey as you obey in the school and colleges, as said by the teacher, you secure 95-98%. If you obey, execute, you will be going to the oneness. But before that, as you check in the always outside world also, I want a good school, this school, what's the grade? I have to check the teachers, how the teachers are. If tuition, how is the teacher? One teacher is taking 100 rupees, one is taking 1000 rupees. One advocate is taking 5,000, one advocate is taking 5 lakh for one just appearance. Why you are paying 5 lakh? You test what the advocate is, what the teacher is, what the school is. Likewise, on the God home journey, you have to go and check everything. For that, you need a time. In the outer world also, for your just admission, everything, you make so efforts, asking so many and going. But here, only asking will not do. If somebody says, go, have some holidays, give time, what he is saying. What he says, she says, execute to it. How you will come to know his true master? Execute what he is saying. Whenever you execute, you get the same result or not. Simple. If not the results are coming, he is not the truth. Then he is not the truth. Go further. Search for the second, for the third, for the fourth. Like Vivekananda was doing. At last touch the feet of the Ram Paramahansa. But before departing, Vivekananda was telling to the master, wherever he was going. That's why I just want to ask you, have you ever seen the God? Have ever you seen the God? It was only Ram Paramahansa who said, do you want to see the God? Forget about me. Can you show? Yes. Vivekananda was shocked that I am asking. I had one question in mind after reading so many books, because he read so many books. So minded people always, it's very difficult for them to come onto the one teacher so easily. No, their brain, they want that. And it is good if they have the brain, because such people, those who have the brain, will have testing everything. And once they test it, and then the whole world, let anything say. Meera is saying, you do not know what Sant Raidas is. When nobody says, then Sahajo says, you do not know my master. Then let the whole world become against the one. They are never saying, they are going with one. Because sometimes the world, maximum people becomes just opposite, because all are living in the multiple faces. So sometimes they want the chance to get away and get connected to the Mayavi world. So that time, those who minded people just go with their mind completely used. So Vivekananda was a very minded man. He was not taking that, yes, my father had taken, or he had taken, she had taken. So I will also take the guru or the master mantra or tap or jap. You are not taking like that. Here, you know that lakhs of people even not meeting the master and just getting binded to the master. That mantra, diksha, guru and all. That Vivek, that who is the actually Jagyasu for the God, to go back, he will not take like that. He will like, I don't want like this. I want to meet the master. I have to sit with him. And then whatever this says, that in front, because there are always disciples with the master. But they get the instruction, okay, listen the Vaani this much, then you speak to them. And then you can meet. So likewise, if any thirsty and hungry comes, definitely the master is going to meet the one. So you go further in search of whether he is the truth or not. You cannot take the 100% that witnessing of everything because you have to reach to that level. But immediately what he says to you, you just execute that, results, see the results. If results are coming in the same way, 1 time, 2 time, 5 time, 10 time, how long you want to check your master? How will you, when you will you knee down in front of him in real? Because artificially you are always knee down. Artificially you are just copying the other who is in front of you. But when you are really knee down inside, because that also hardly people are kneeling down from inside. Remember, not all. If there are 1,000, only there are 10% of them, those who are kneeling down, thinking that one day will kneel down completely. And out of that, again 10% are there, those who are again coming close. That is the state. Out of 1,000, 10 will come to kneel down, get the thirst and hunger. 990 are just in the way, just copying. Let us go, because all are going. Something will get. But that is the kneel down not by heart, still by mind, because I is there. In fact, kneel down is only when you are really making your mind surrendered. You have checked everything in him or her and you say, you are my master now, take me back to the home. This life is not mine now, it is you. This in body, I want to just give it to you, surrender word what is said. Like you take the admission to the college, when you go to the teacher in the class, you surrender to him. Whatever you say, now I will go ahead and go as per your instructions now. Whether you go with the instructions or not, that is different. The students, some are getting 95%, 35%, 50% as per the execution of the words what the teacher is saying. Likewise, in the spiritual journey, in the God home back, if you follow the words of anyone who says, I can take you, just execute it. Get the results. If not getting the result, tell him. Tell him. Still you are not getting. Make him to say, goodbye, I am sorry. That guru, make him tired. But not by your mind. It should be a thirst. Definitely, if it is your mind also, that master knows that he is just making his mind used, just making it trial unnecessarily. He will just kneel down in front of you. Go, please go. You are really hero. The true master never wants to win in this world to anyone. Not even to the one who had come near to him. He makes everybody up, whoever is going in arguments with the mind. Because he sees that one who is thirsty or hungry really wants to go to the heart. Questions are coming from the heart. Heart, question definitely comes from the mind, but mind is dissolving in heart and questions are coming. Like you put some sweet in the sugar. So your mind is going to the heart and question coming from the heart. Coming from mind only, but going to the heart, deep into the heart, taking the sugar from there and sugar-coated questions. It is not to test me or check me. So that time, the master always gives your all questions answer. Otherwise, master will just say, sorry, you are right, you are right, you are right. Then he makes him up like you are the master, you are really master. So two masters can never go together. The true master never goes in the discussion. One who is in discussion, remember it, he is not the true master. One who is attached to your money, he is not the true master. When you attach to anything of the outside world, he is not the truth. Whatever he says, the important thing, whatever he says, just follow it. And you are not getting the result, he is not the truth. Tell him. Make him tired to just tell you. Don't go like that showing the back. Then you may be sometime mistaken. You will be mistaken sometimes. Because only once in your lifetime you get the master, truth master. If you cannot be the one, you cannot be with anyone. So always go by telling him. He will always say, if he is not making you, if you want to go further, you have been confused somewhere, he will again take you as a child, will permit you to go further so that you can come back again to me. That is, it is only with the agreement of the master. If you go off your own, then it will be difficult for you to come back because then your ego had taken you away. So always keep in mind, the true master is one who will also permit you to go, to wander here and there, whatever you want. And he will say, I will wait for you when you come, don't worry. But if you go showing the bag, then you may be sometimes cheated of yourself. Your ego may be watered by you, but at last you see, I have been defeated by this life. And then nothing can be done when the last comes. So that's what I say, that you should understand the life from oneness to duality to two, then from husband-wife, you came in this world, then again from this to the multiple faces. From mother, father to the brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your grandson, your grandfather. You become so many relations, so multiple faces. You become boss, become some leader. So many multiple faces. Ravan was having 10 necks means, what does it mean 10 faces? He was 10. Somewhere he was something, somewhere he was something. You see your faces, how many? Definitely you are having more than the Ravan. You see your faces. Ram had come to cut 10 faces. How many faces you have? Don't think the Ravan, there was Ravan, 10 faces were there. No. Again I am telling it is symbolic. Symbolic. What is that? I am the father. You say so much attachment to it. Oh, I am boss. Second phase. I am minister. Third phase. I am so much in the lust. Outside showing myself sadhu. Fourth phase. I am so much angry showing outside peaceful. Sixth phase. You have many faces with you. You count your faces. So who will cut your these faces? You are not even duality. Duality means only Guru faces there, the master faces there and I. That's all. So you have come back, all faces have come in the master face. That's why I say Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha. That all faces enters in that and the whole world disappears. So the master takes all your multi faces out. That's why it is said that only there is a, at last one can go. What is that one? You have to die. Not the master will die. He will kill you at last. First he will kill all your relationships outside, cut your necks. Not from outside. Outside everything will remain, which you have taken inside. Inside he will cut your father neck, mother neck, husband neck, wife neck, whatever is inside. Everything will disappear from inside. Outside become blank. When you become blank inside, then only the master remains. And then at last, your neck, who is looking the master also, will be cut. At last, that will be the oneness. Then you and the master becomes one, and that is oneness. So this is the journey. At last, only one can go means, oneness means duality required to take all the multiple faces. You required to take all multiple faces, then last you are I. When your I comes, that is the problem. At last, then I neck is cut. Who says I have done so much, I have left everything, I am so much in relaxed, in blissful state. When his neck cut, now forget. When the master cuts the one neck, his or her, that time one cries. Then I am losing this also, what I have gained. Where I will go? That time, that what I say, 90% of the people run away. When I cut comes. That time, because he had passed from so many junctions to this final state. So naturally, he had gained the bliss moments. Not fully bliss, then that ego factor comes as in the outside world, that I have something, so he superpasses sometimes. He makes cross the master even sometimes. And then he cuts away. Because then there are many blind people in the world, those who have not even traveled in that journey. So they are sitting with them and their lecture makes somebody happy. So they get sometimes 10, 20, 100, 50, 500 people. Even from that master, all that sung also, they will tell to all so that they can join and make separate their unity to just pull on that, yes, I am right, see. And remember, one who is on the truth journey will only remain with himself, not with the others. Not with the others. He is not bothered about, the master is never bothered about anybody to be with him or not. But definitely those who comes closer, the journey more than 75%, he has his eyes on them. Compassion for them, not to get away. He has the love, compassion for those who had run away. He always says, all the best. But only when they shows the back, then it is very difficult, he knows. It is very difficult for them to come back even. Because their ego they will nourish with the all blind people outside, and they will think that yes, we are something. And that will again take them to the, again, world back with the multiple faces. So this is what you have to be very cautious, careful. Because oneness is the coming from multiple faces to dual. That's why dual is required to take your multiple faces. As you come from the dual, you have to go back. Again, that one required to delete your all that faces. To cut your all necks like Ravan necks were cut by the Rama. Rama is nothing but the truth. So that all necks, and at last, two will become one. Ardhanareshwar, Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, two in one. Ardhanareshwar, Parvati and Shiva. So that is the state. So Shiva will be the face, Rama will be the face, and feet become the Sita, feet become the Radha. So one cannot be away from other. One cannot move without the other. So then only this thing becomes. Devotee comes in the feet. Always remember it. So this is now you have to understand all story. Now we'll come to the question again, just to make you understand. The saints who have attained the state of godliness, when asked, could not say anything to describe the glories of the Absolute One Nirakar. Definitely. To tell about the One, how one can tell about himself? You cannot tell about that One if you are standing at the multiple face level, you are still in the faces. How you will tell about the oneness? Because that is the complete from where whole world is created. From where everything is created, sustained. So how one can tell and describe about the One? He will he says experience it. Experience it. Come to that state to check. It is very difficult to tell about that oneness. Very difficult, like sugar in the water. If you have never taken the sugar, then how is the sweet? If you have never taken the salt, then how is the taste? You have to taste it. Whatever I say you, if you have never taken salt or sugar, anything about them, you will never understand unless you taste it. But definitely when I say, okay, really, you will be eager and excited and enjoying. But one day when you taste it, the whole things will be clear. So it is very difficult to tell the glories complete of that One. I always describe that whole world money, whole complete top most in the world, all attraction the world comes to your feet. Even for one day they ask you to live this taste. One day you live this taste and take all of these things. You will never think of taking your one day away what is inside. And you will take all that. No. That is the how to tell about that now, you tell me. You even get 1 lakh rupees, you will immediately leave for one day. If they will give you 1 lakh rupees today, leave this satsang and all, forget for one day. You will have no problem. So you do not know about that oneness. It's very difficult. But one day, in one birth, you have to just do to that, then only go to God home. Otherwise, just move on in the circumferences. Outer to the inner, to the inner, there are many circumferences. So it is better to just go one step ahead, you are in God. Because human birth is just 100% voltage. As the God had come in the body, God can come only in human body. So better utilize this state. So this is what said, that you cannot tell about the One when the street of God journey is so narrow that only one can remain. Then why you talk about duality of big I and small I on the path of non-duality? Why the ego shall be there? Yes, I have told you the whole story. Why it is required. Your ego cannot kill your ego. You cannot see your face. You cannot see other face. You can see other face. You need a mirror to show your face. Who will kill your ego? Will your ego kill your ego? Not possible. So that is why the duality, the two, the guru, the master is required to kill your I. That the oneness. So that oneness is nothing but returning to your home back and enjoying those moments after reaching there in the body again, coming back and living till the death of your body, clearing your all karmas and desires of your previous birth and getting liberated from this world means going back to the God home, getting away from the birth and death cycle, all the bondages. The whole world becomes a family. You are love, and love is God.